Shia LaBeouf well-known shows call of his 5-month-old daughter with spouse Mia Goth in candid email to Olivia Wilde approximately his questionable go-out from Don't Worry Darling. Inside the midst of Shia LaBeouf's spat with Olivia Wilde over his unceremonious exit from her new film, the actor discovered some new information approximately his circle of relatives and his dealings with ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs. LaBeouf shared an electronic mail written to Wilde with Variety, published Friday, and in it introduced the call of his 5-month vintage daughter with wife Mia Goth. "I've a bit girl, Isabel. She is 5 months old and just beginning to expand the remaining one half of her snort. It is extremely good," the doting dad penned to Wilde. Shia launched the email to arrange for you to clean his name over Olivia's recent declare that she fired him from her film Don't Worry Darling over his combative energy. The 36 to 12 months old former Disney big name admitted that he is trying to redeem himself each personally and professionally after spiraling the last few years and denied Wilde's accusations. "Mia, my wife and I've determined every different once more and are traveling closer to a healthful family with love and mutual recognize," he wrote. "But, speaking of my daughter, I often consider the news articles she will be able to read when she is literate," he brought. "And though I owe, and will owe for the relaxation of my existence, I simplest owe for my movements." LaBeouf stalks Isabel with on-again off-once-more partner Mia Goth, whom he referred to as his spouse. The couple welcomed their first infant together in advance this year, however, till the email to Wilde had not commented on the baby's gender or call. In his message, the Peanut Butter Falcon actor additionally touched on his ongoing criminal struggle with ex-FKA Twigs, who's presently suing him. The singer has accused Shia of abuse, claiming he knowingly gave her a sexually transmitted ailment, as well as verbally, mentally, and bodily abusing her during their dating, which lasted from summer 2018 to spring 2019. "My failings with Twigs are fundamental and real, but they are now not the narrative that has been offered," wrote. "There's a time and a place to cope with such matters, and I am looking to navigate a nuanced situation with appreciate for her and the fact, therefore my silence. But this case with your film and my firing will never have a court date with which to deal with the statistics. If lies are repeated enough in the public they become reality," he continued. Earlier this week, Wilde, 38, gave an interview to Range where she said LaBeouf's process changed into "not conducive to the ethos that I demand in my productions" after the position turned into in the end recast with her now boyfriend Harry Patterns. Styles, 28, performs the man or woman Jack along most important star Florence Pugh, who's said to have had some anxiety with LaBeouf on the set of Don't Worry Darling. In response, Shia provided alleged proof that refutes Wilde's claims, inclusive of an email he sent to the director and a video that she allegedly sent to him, that proves he walked far from the film. LaBeouf claims he ended the film because of lack of practice session time on August 17 in 2020, and forwarded Variety emails that he claims he lately sent to Wilde. In his messages to Wilde, LaBeouf states, "You and that I both recognize the reasons for my go out. I end your film because you're actors and I could not find time to rehearse." Some studio resources have claimed to the book that LaBeouf have been fired, even as another said it was right down to a collective reputation that LaBeouf's style of acting wasn't an excellent fit for Wilde's technique as a director. Variety reports that LaBeouf sent the publication screenshots of his conversations with Wilde, which claimed they met in individual to speak about his exit from the project. Wilde allegedly texted the actor, "Thanks for letting me in on your idea system. I know that isn't always a laugh. Does not sense properly to mention no to a person, and I appreciate your honesty. I'm venerated you have been willing to head there with me, for me to tell a tale with you. I am gutted because it can have been something special. I need to make clean how a good deal it approached to me which you trust me. It is a gift I'll take with me. LaBeouf then claims to the exchange outlet that he'd formally give up the film tomorrow after their communication in August 2020. As well as texts, LaBeouf reportedly supplied Range with a video that Wilde allegedly dispatched him on August 19, 2020, 2 days after he is said to have ended. Variety claims that in the video Wilde is heard announcing she is no longer prepared to give up in this yet, as he seems to beg the actor to reconsider. Wilde is then said to allude to anxiety among LaBeouf and lead star Florence Pugh, who performs Alice, the wife of Jack. I sense like I am no longer ready to give up in this yet, and that I too am heartbroken and I need to discern this out, Wilde allegedly says within the video. You recognize, I assume this might be a chunk for Leave Out Flow, Florence Pugh, and that I need to recognize in case you're open to giving this a shot with me, with us. Wilde goes on, if she clearly commits, if she sincerely places her thoughts and coronary heart into it at this factor, and if you men could make peace, and that I admire your factor of view, I admire hers. However, in case you guys can do it, what do you believe you studied? Is there wish? Will you permit me realize? LaBeouf substances some other message in which Wilde allegedly wrote to him, you do not need to be in my films, however don't ever doubt me. We pinky promised. Which means something in my residence.